Hi, I'm Ashley Harwood. I am a professional wood turner and wood turning instructor. One of the questions that I get frequently is, how do I prevent wood from cracking? Well, there are several multifaceted answers to that question. In this video, we are going to talk about some ways to prevent wood from cracking, and I'm also going to give you some examples of what not to do. Learn from my mistakes. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about this video's sponsor, Helix Sleep. Helix makes premium quality bedding and mattresses that are customized to fit your needs and delivered right to your door. Helix knows that everyone is different. That's why they have a quiz on their website that can help you pick out which mattress is right for you, based on your body type and your own personal sleep preferences. The quiz matched me with the Midnight Luxe mattress. I am a side and back sleeper, and this mattress offers the perfect combination of support and softness. I've had my mattress for about 3 months now, and my sleep is dramatically improved. My fitness tracker actually tells me that I'm getting about 50% more deep sleep each night, as well as about 30% more REM sleep. So yes, this is definitely an improvement for me. Now, if you're nervous about purchasing a mattress online, that's totally understandable. Helix offers a 100-night sleep trial, so you can try your mattress for over 3 months, and if you're unhappy with it, they will pick it up free of charge and give you a full refund. They also offer a 10-year warranty, so they really do stand behind their products. Go to helixsleep.com/Harwood for up to $200 off your order and 2 free pillows. And start getting better sleep. As some of y'all know, I do prefer to use salvaged lumber for my bowls. People are taking down trees all the time, so it only makes sense to me to make good use of that wood. If you're interested in finding some salvaged lumber of your own, I do have a video on the channel about how to find it and what to look for. The thing about using salvaged lumber, though, is that you never know exactly when it's going to show up. You never know when you're going to drive by a really nice tree being taken down, or if a friend is going to call you and say, hey, this big limb or this gigantic oak tree just came down in my yard in the last storm. So you might not be prepared to turn it right away when you get it. What do you do? When you get your salvaged lumber and you bring it home, the first thing that you want to do is you want to seal the end grain. You want to keep it from drying out. As soon as a tree comes down, it's going to start to dry and it's going to start to crack. So the more we can slow down that drying process, we can minimize the cracking. Now there's a number of different products you can get. There's one that's called Anchor Seal. There's end grain sealer that's available at a number of different woodworking supply stores. You can even use paint. You got some old cans of latex paint laying around, you can use that. Anything that's going to keep that wood from losing moisture will help prevent it from cracking. Another thing that's going to help extend the life of your logs is to get them up off the ground. If you have logs sitting on the dirt, they're going to be a lot more likely to start molding and deteriorating. And here in Charleston, we have to worry about things like termites. So anything you can do to get them off of the dirt. Now, I use pallets because they're free and easy. And it's even better if you can lift the pallets up off the ground so you don't have any wood in contact with the dirt. Another thing that's going to help extend the life of your lumber is to keep the sun and the rain off of your logs. Now, if you don't have a fancy shed or a lean-to, you can resort to using tarps, but I will stress, this is a temporary solution and not a long-term fix. It's important to remember that all of these things are only buying you time. Now, I understand that you may not have time free in your schedule to do this right away, but remember, these things are not going to help you store the wood for years. They're only going to help you extend the life of this lumber, maybe possibly for months. Lastly, and most importantly, the best thing that you can do to prevent your wood from cracking is to process it as quickly as possible. Wood wants to move as it dries, and it needs the ability to change shape. So if you're making bowls out of your lumber, go ahead and rough turn it as quickly as possible to allow it to do that. I promised that I would share with you guys what not to do. So here's the moment where you get to learn from my mistakes. I do have a lot of lumber that's been sitting here for quite a long time, and I don't think I want to tell you guys how long, but it's time for me to really sort through this pile, minimize this pile, rough turn the things that can be rough turned, and clear the rest of it out. It's kind of an adventure uncovering this tarp after a long time. Sometimes I can even find a few critters under here. There is a lot of wood to sort through, but some of it is still very nice. I believe this section over here is some local cherry, still in great condition. Now, if you take a closer look here at some of this lumber, a lot of it is not usable anymore, which is very sad. So you can see there's significant cracking in here that goes all the way down. I might be able to get some spindle blanks out of this, but I would not recommend using it for bowl turning. It has a risk of flying apart. Now my task is to sort through this pile, throw away what is no longer usable, and keep what is. Some pieces need to be cut down with a chainsaw and re-waxed. Some pieces I will take over to the bandsaw to cut up. This, sadly, is the trash pile. Well, actually, it's Evan's burn pile. These are some of the pieces that I saved and need to turn soon. Sometimes you get lucky with gorgeous spalting like this one. When I'm finished sorting and condensing the pile, I'll make sure it's neatly covered. When I first started wood turning, I was super excited every time I got a new log or a new piece of lumber, and I just wanted to chainsaw it and bandsaw it and bring it into the studio as soon as I could. And then these pieces would stack up next to my lathe, and apparently I didn't have enough time to rough turn them. So it actually got to where I could hardly move in my own workshop. There was a massive clean out. Now luckily we do not have pictures for you guys of what it looked like back then. The way that I approach it now is that when I get a nice log, when I get a nice piece of lumber, it's going to stay out here until I'm ready to rough turn it. And I'm not going to start chainsawing it, I'm not going to start bandsawing it until I'm ready to take it all the way through to rough turning. I don't want to end up wasting that time and energy and then not get to the bowl blanks. I also don't want to make my space unusable for fun things like classes and making videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I do hope you'll hit subscribe, and please don't forget to hit the little bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to check out all the links down below this video. I'll have links to the other videos that I mentioned, as well as some tools if you're interested in those, and all kinds of other fun stuff. And lastly, I would like to give a big thank you to all of my Patreon members. Your support really helps us to continue to make high quality videos and photos for all of those social media accounts. So thank you. If you're interested in more of a behind the scenes look with what's going on with my business, or if you would like a heads up before the rest of the public about when I'm announcing my classes, then head on over to my Patreon page and check it out. Lastly, I would like to give a very big shout out to my top tier patrons. Thank you so much. Andrew Nidell, Andrew Movius, Charles Saki, Chris Cairns, Dalbeer One, Duke Lloyd, Jeffrey Bishop, Jim Tate, John McDevitt, Chris Jones, Patrick Walker, Randy Owens, Richard Swoboda, Robert Hunt, aka Mr. Bodog, Stephen Roberts, Steve Snyder, and Torsten Fratsky. Thank you very much. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.